stayed with me, and I sure appreciate that. Contact information here at LandVoice. Point for any reason. Okay, we are here to help you. We are here to do everything in our power to make you successful. Here is my personal line, 801-236-8200, extension 212. You can call me personally anytime for any reason. You know, if you're just frustrated, if you're, you know, wondering if this approach will work, wondering if this do not call, what do I think about it? You know, I'm more than willing to use somebody to round ideas with. And finally, my personal email. So okay, with that said, and again, being on the call, let me open up the lines. And I know this may be a little crazy. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let me just read, see if any of you have any questions. You know, those in right now, so that you know I can address those. If not, then I will unmute everybody, and then we can talk as well. But I thought maybe before I do that, see what kind of questions you may have. Okay, here's questions. Do I need to send you expired info from my MLS to get the info back? What they're asking is, with our expired service, they're asking, okay, so I need to go into my MLS, download the information, and send it to us. Yes, that is our system. So that way you can go to MLS, you can get the information, the expired information you want in the areas you want, and then it's a click of a button where you send it to LandVoice, you send your file to LandVoice that you've saved, and when 10 or 15 minutes later, we email you back your results and gives you, you know, all the added information. So that's how our expired system works. Now there are a few areas, just to let you know what we're working on. It's more of a beta test than anything right now, but we're working on it. We'll have it. We're rolling this out quickly. There's about 4 or 5 areas in the country where we actually send a daily email to you just automatically, where we work as your assistant and we're able to download the information for you from MLS. You don't have to do anything. You wake up in the morning and it is you know, answer for you. Working off the premise like I did 20 years ago with that agent that his assistant, where he gave me his login and password, I'd go in and do the information from my home, get it for him, do the reverse directories, title searches, and then get it back. It's the same premise. So we can do that for you, and if you're interested in that service, you know, call in and we'll be your personal assistant. We can do that for you. I hope that answers your question. Another question, will you give us support on our MLS systems to get the expired leads? Absolutely. I mean, that is what we're here for. I've got a couple great programmers, Royce and Stan, other individuals, Courtney and Rachel, who are here to help. And we'll do everything in our power to make this as easy as process as we can for you, so that it's just simple. It runs like the For Sale by Owners, where you get your daily emails. That you know, that's our intentions. I'm having a couple people saying, "Hey, we've got to go, Brent. You know, thank you. You're welcome, and I appreciate your time." Again, you know, what I'm hoping is the time you've spent here, and I apologize, it's more like an hour, more than 30 minutes, but that you get off the phone and go, "I'm glad I was on that call. I'm glad I have this info, and just use it. Look through it every day. You make money with this thing year in, year out, and you'll be with us for years." I mean, there'd be no reason to cancel the service because you're making 2, 3, 4 deals at the very minimum per year. I've got another question here. Dawn, let me just pull that in. How important are scripts for calls? And I think what you're referring to there, you're still on the call, and I've lost a few that had to go, but they're still on. I'm going to unmute you so you can talk to me here in just a second. But I'm referring to is, okay, so if you're doing prospecting calls, how important are scripts? And I would say they're very important as long as you've created those scripts and as long as they're comfortable for you and you've maybe tweaked them so that you tell when somebody's calling you from a script and it's not natural. You can tell it's not them. They're not comfortable doing it, you know. So you can take scripts from any, and there's some excellent coaches out there, and you can take, you know, scripts from any of those coaches, but just make sure you're comfortable, you know, and that's maybe practice, but also, you know, that you put in maybe an open-ended question here or there where it's yours and you can follow through and the conversation's very natural. But I, again, would always come back and say, make it interactive. Let them speak with them, not to them. You know, you've been there where you get a phone call from a person and they're going, and they never stop. crazy, those are the ones I hang up on. I just have no patience for them. But if there's somebody that starts asking me questions, you know, yeah, you know, Brent, do you have 5 minutes, or do you have a moment? You know, I think that's such a powerful question when say, do you have a moment? Respect my time, whatever. And then if I'm busy, I say, no, I don't. Call me back, or no, I don't. I'm not interested, whatever. Or if I do, I say, you bet. And then they, you know, move on, open-ended questions. Would you be willing to, you know, take a 5-minute survey? What about? You know, it's a conversation. It's not a lecture. How important? What a difference. So. Another question for you that are still remaining. Once we've supplied you with the expired info, how long will it take before you send us the information back on the seller's names? It takes about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's very, very quick. Our whole program sent it to us, and within, like I say, minutes, sometimes it's only 2 or 3 minutes, you will have that data back. So you could go in at 7:30 in the morning, grab your expireds, send them to the LandVoice within 3 minutes. Those 10 or 15 minutes, you will get an email back with the results, with the seller's names, phone numbers, everything that we're possible to find. Let me mute people. Just interested to see if there's some people that would like to verbally ask any questions. So I think you're all live now. Is there with a headset or on a phone that you know, question or you know, wants to talk? Anybody out there?
I'm out here.
Yeah, who's that?
This is Don.
I missed the name.
Don.
Okay.
This is Don.
Yeah. I thank you for being on the call. Was there anything I didn't answer? Any questions that you had going through that you wish I would have clarified? Or?
Right now, it's hard to understand. You got an echo coming off.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk.
You know, I just noticed my volume was way down, so that helped. There is an echo because I've, you know, but if you ask a question, then I can mute everybody and answer that if you have anything.
Okay. Oh, I think you touched on everything that needs to be touched on in the beginning here, I guess. I just signed up, so I'll be using this service. And, I guess as a newcomer, what would you kind of encouragement would you give me?
Well, a couple of things real quick. One is look through it every day like we talked about. Two is you don't need, especially newcomer, you know, and I'm going to mute everybody just for a second, just so you don't have that reverberation, maybe there now. A couple things. Look through the list every day. Stay informed. But don't get discouraged. You don't need a listing every month or every 2 even from this information to make it valuable. If you get one listing every year, it's paid for itself. It's paid for itself for 10 years. So be very patient. I know at first, you know, until you kind of get into the system, until you kind of get comfortable on the phone or on the doorstep or whatever you're going to do, you know, it takes a little work. It takes some patience. You know, it's difficult work. And experience, and I guarantee you, because I'm there now, where it just scared me to death to try to, you know, worry about calling a for sale by owner expired when I first started with that 20 years ago. You know, I realized really quick, you know what, they're like me. They're no different than me, you know, and it's how I approach them and what I do. And sure, there's going to be some frustration, and they're frustrated, or they're in a B time, and they don't have time to talk. That's nothing to do with me. You know, I'm just trying to help them. And I was convinced, and as soon as I learned, like this top agent did, that he could help them more than anybody else, they're willing to pay the price more than anybody else. When he had that conviction, and then when I had that conviction, this became easy. It wasn't hard anymore because I knew, okay, you know what, you may get 10 other agents to call you. They're not going to work like I am. They're not going to be there like I am. They're not going to service you like I am. They're not going to advertise you like I am. Period. I am going to be here for you, and I'm going to sell your home, and I know it. And once you have that conviction and they can feel it, everything changes. You still get no's, but then the no's don't hurt you because you're going, you know,